Are these going on YouTube? I mean, these will be going on my second channel, so very low editing, mostly, you know, just audio balancing, you know, just quality checks and stuff like that, rather than like editing. But something like this going on my main channel would be heavily edited. Right, middle, nothing to go there. Outer, we want a duster. Oh, I want a duster. I would like a parka. A kid parka. And finally, I would like a toque. Some of the most ridiculously expensive headwear you will ever get. And the fact that I'm making Devil Strand face masks is also kind of ridiculous. Right, so I'm going to want, let's have a look over here. How many toques did I want? I wanted 2, because 1 will go on the kit setup. But thank you very much for reminding me to add in the Thrombo fur, and that won't have it, and Thrombo mink, because I actually wouldn't have even thought about that. But that's a really valid consideration, because I would prefer that to be the ones used, because they're all pretty awesome. Some are a little bit less protective in regards to heat, but that sharp protection is amazing. Hey, Polygon Pixie. I still love your name. There we go. That is good. Eventually, I'll set these up to only look on the mannequins. Though the problem with that is if there's cloth and a devil strand, they'll just fill up everything. So maybe the mannequins should only equip this, and then I'd have a backup room of like lower quality stuff. But for now, this will do. Now then, has anyone noticed me make any mistakes or fail to change something I was meant to change? Because again, this is definitely very much in the territory of I could easily have just read past some mistake I made. Wealth is going to go through the roof. That's why I'm limiting them to some degree. Oh, you might be right though. Maybe I should only have 1 shirt, 1 pair of pants, because if I've got 6 pairs of pants and 10 face masks, yes, that allows me to set up an entire mannequin. Ooh, that is a good point. Because ultimately, okay, so my plan, as it stands, is to go back to what I originally had in mind of having personal equipment, because it was confirmed to me that switching equipment on a mannequin is ridiculously fast compared to swapping out each individual piece. I had a feeling that it was, but I saw some numbers, so it's well worth having the mannequins set up and having each person kind of maintain their own individual clothing set. So when I want to swap them, I tell them to swap, and then, or rather I just tell them, hey, go wear this, and they pop that on. The only issue with that would be it removes the automation of them dropping something if it's not good. Like, I would have to then tell them to clear forced, which hits a problem with having the like backpacks and stuff, which it's an irritating situation to be in, because there's no easy solution to it. For now, I think I'm just going to go for the more automated setup for now. Right, finally time for some pause. Been a while. Oh, nice. Need anomaly project, really? Oh yes, so we do. Ghoul infusion then. But yeah, that should allow us to get these all sorted out, hopefully. People are all going to take off their backpacks, their pop packs, their fire packs, all of that. Hopefully we can get this area sorted out relatively quickly. I'm going to place down some better floors, though. You know what? We've got enough steel at this point that I can use steel tile for those places. 20. Good lord. I mean, it's not the worst. How many bricks have I got? I've got a lot of sandstone bricks, actually, so I'm going to say sandstone flagstone in here, but I will run a line of totemic along the bottom, or maybe along the sides. We'll see. Actually, no, I'll run it across the bottom and the top. There we go. All right, speed things up a bit. We're getting more and more of the Devil Strand in now. Fantastic to see. Where is my wealth at the moment? Yeah, it's quite high. It's getting there. It's definitely getting there. Building wealth is gonna. Sorry, the item wealth is definitely gonna start climbing in just a moment. Oh, that's a good point. Did I have you equip? Yeah, I did have you equip utility. Let me turn utility off on everything. Utility stuff will go elsewhere. Right. There we go. Oh, I'm making good speed on this, actually. The Psychic Soothe is very nice. Leafy Pew needs Death Rest. Okay. Well, in that case, go sleep. Do I want to do anything before you go sleep? Maybe we could have a ritual. Can we do a dance of the hollow voices? We can. Won't be as good because I'm not starting it as a campfire. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll do a ritual. Sorry, a dance of the hollow voices first. Don't worry, it's totally safe. Just lighting that fire right next to all the Neil pillows. Hopefully someone will get to that relatively soon. Actually, I'm going to force the issue because I do want to send Leafy for a death rest soon. So let's get Crete to take care of that for me as soon as they're able. Thank you. And let's host a dance of the hollow voices. Amazing quality there. this should go quite well. Let's begin. I'll allow them to get on with that. This will look very nice up there. I'm going to change some of the zones to match the new use of that. Let's have a look. Recreation should be rising. Actually, being in here is really beautiful. You know what? People need to be in here a lot more. Slapped in the heat? What? How awful for you. Terrible. It's only 26 degrees. I don't know what you're talking about. This is keeping it down at 25. This is keeping it down at 25. Maybe I should put it a little bit lower. 23 on each of these. Oh, I no longer have one over there. You know what? I probably should add in a few more then. So another one there. And another one over here. That will then help keep the temperatures at a nicer spot for the colonists. How's everyone doing? It was a fun dance of the hollow voices, and due to the quality of the ritual, our development points have increased by 1. Hooray! The dance of the hollow voices was fun. Everyone enjoyed the break from everyday life and got in some good dancing together. Also, playing on the drums. All right. Well, with that, if you puke, you go and have a big long rest. Mean Cupcake. It is a Mean Cupcake. Who's the other? Is it War Race? Oh, okay, yeah. War Racer, you also need to go and have a rest. So go do that now. Satria, you're fine. And Silas, you're also fine. On that note, though, Silas, you can have another death rest. Accelerator, I think. Beanbag chairs are amazing. Actually amazing. I love beanbag chairs. Beanbag chairs very quickly become beanbag beds. Right. Let's go ahead and have a look at what we're going to set up next. Could start working on Go Juice and the likes. Would probably not be a bad choice. Got advanced fabrication already. Auto cannon turrets. Those are they're like big boy turrets, aren't they? I think I wanted to get nutrient paste. So, oh, what's happened? Okay, mad ball. We'll deal with you. Oh no, it's a mad boar. That's unfortunate. We don't like that. We really don't like that. Okay, for the time being, everyone including mechs, only colony. That sucks. The reason why that sucks is we can't really deal with them. Because if we kill a boar, that really upsets our colonists. Because they are a venerated animal. So we're just going to have to wait for it to go to sleep and stop being so angry. Not exactly the way I wanted that to go, but it is what we've got. So we're just going to have to live with it. Alright, so... yeah, that does kind of suck, though. But as for research... I wouldn't mind getting Go Juice and Wake Up, Psychite Refining. All those are important things. But I guess... yeah, nutrient paste and packaged survival meals are very... they are important. And you know what? With nutrient paste, I could set up a little nutrient paste dispenser down here so that my wardens could just feed them paste instead of kibble, because that actually would still use less than the kibble in terms of nutrition. And we're being rewarded, apparently. Happy days. On that note, let me change up this schedule. Now, there's a couple of things to... Our colony is big enough now that a single just one and done schedule is not good enough. So, and there are a couple of inefficiencies with this. Now that we're roving all over the place, even within the colony, just tending the animals requires quite a lot of walking. So there are a couple of things here to bear in mind. One, I've got recreation before sleep. I've also got meditation after sleep, which is not the best thing to do, because meditation will wake someone up when it's time to meditate. So even if they're resting because they need the rest, they will wake up to meditate, whereas they won't wake up to do recreation unless they've hit 100% rested. And like there's like a hierarchy to the way that the various jobs will interact. Work and meditate will wake someone up from sleep. Now, outside of the night owls, which I tried to keep on more or less of an 8-16 work schedule so that they sleep through most of the day. And well, night owls, and I guess in this case sanguophages. But realistically, everyone is now on that, so there's no real difference. I mean, they get a bigger penalty, but everyone gets a penalty for being outside. So there's something to be said about changing this up. Now, what I could do is I could have that recreation happen after sleep so that they will sleep, and if they have, you know, they've had enough sleep, they'll get up and they'll go and recreate. And then after that, do the meditation. And I think that might be better. But at that point, I kind of need... I start to get into a position where I want people to sleep definitely for at least 3 hours. So let's change this up a little bit. So let's say we're going to use Crete as the example. Recreate for 2 hours. Meditate for 1. And then again, sleep for at least 3 hours, recreate for 2. And there you go. That should work. I would like to shift the meditation just a little bit though. Because right now they're sleeping in a good time for people being awake at night. So how about I shift everything over by, let's say I want them to be meditating right in the middle of the night around here, recreating here. Yeah, yo, everyone. Did you know? Yeah, yo. And then we'll just shift everything a little bit further. I'm messing with this schedule. I should pause for this. I am giving them about 12 hours, so I'd want this to be 4. 1 to 3. It does mean they're going to be up in the middle there. They'll sleep at the tail end of the day, but they'll be up in the middle of the day, which is not great, actually. So from here to about here is nighttime. And everything else is daytime. So how about I shift this over one little bit more? Actually, no. Let's do this instead. I think that should catch most of the night. I'm going to paste that down to those who actually do meditate. Because not everyone does. So at least with this, meditation should now happen at nighttime. And this should still work reasonably well for my sanguophages. I prefer using anything rather than work because... how best to describe it? I want people to be in the best possible mood. The reason why I've been able to, like, quite a lot of my colonists are in amazing moods, and that's not just because we had a good dance. It's because of the schedule. Like, we have been able to tank really mood-depleting events because I tell people to prioritize staying happy over getting work done. As a consequence, it takes a much greater amount of time. Like, construction wasn't just slow before because I only had one person who was really good at construction. It was slow because they kept stopping to go and recreate or have a beer or chat with a friend, you know? I think it's better for them to be in a good mood and getting work done around making sure they're in a good mood than getting work done and trying to maintain their mood around getting work done. And depending on the situation, like, honestly, early game, it probably should be the opposite because you've got a lot of stuff to do and you need it done now, because if you don't get that table built fast enough, someone's going to try and eat without a table and then war crimes. So, you know, you'd want to adjust this as you go. Now, right now, this is still bog standard. I would like to, something I've shown several times before is I like to kind of shimmy them a little bit so I don't have everyone going to sleep at the same time. But let's just do a quick thing. Let's see. Is anyone not in a good mood with anyone else? Or is everyone in my colony super good friends with everyone? That is not true. Silas is not happy with someone. Oh, actually, sorry, I needed to scroll. That's fine. Fine. It's fine. I'm just looking. Ooh. Yes, kiwis can fly there. Okay, so yes, kiwis can fly does not like Pacobing or Crete. Why? Oh. You don't like the mans. You are not a fan of the man. Yes, kiwis can fly. You bloody misandrist, ruining everyone's fun. Okay. So yes, kiwis can fly should be offset a little bit. Oh, you also don't like mean cupcake or Philandro. God damn, why? Is it because they're all men? Yeah, man. Okay. So, yes, kiwis can fly needs to be just a little bit offset. Let's just at least the main thing I would want to avoid is having them recreating around the same time. So let's move their recreation to the start of everyone else going to sleep. There will almost certainly be other people who don't get on. This is not going to be unique to Yes, Kiwis Can Fly. It's just Yes, Kiwis Can Fly doesn't have a very good excuse for it. Well, actually, I don't know why they're a misandrist. Maybe they do have a good excuse for it. But just hating an entire group of people based on their chromosomes, that doesn't sit well with me personally. But nevertheless, it is what it is. We have to make do. Darkest Dodo. No, you don't like Pacobing. You were insulted by Pacobing. You know what? The best way to fix this is not with less conversation, it's with more conversation. You don't like Dorite too? God damn it. They're women! Women can't be in a colony, it's bad juju! You are a woman! I can't be in a colony! I bring bad juju. Wait a second. No, this is starting to make sense all of a sudden. God damn it. Alright, so in... You scallywag. So you don't want to be around Doride, Kagatsuchi, or Captain Headcrab. But you're A-okay with Yes, Kiwis Can Fly. So there we go. We'll move you on to the SQs Can Fly schedule. Stupid, intolerant people making my life hard. Fight Club Square. Just have them duke it out. Yeah. Demonwork says, what was it? Yes, there's more traits in this that I put solidly into the not worth it category. What do you mean? Oh, you're comparing it to Dwarf Fortress. Sorry, let me read back a little bit. Oh yeah, in Dwarf Fortress, one person in a bad enough mood will destroy an entire colony in Dwarf Fortress. The tantrum spirals are wild in that. Demonwork says, though I do tend to prefer Dwarf Fortress's fun over RimWorld's. Are we talking about the circus? A chromosome-based schedule? Why didn't we think of that before? We're not making a chromosome-based schedule. We're making a schedule that ideally will only have two variations. One for people who get along, and one for the people who don't get along with the first group, but do get along with each other. It just so happens that Infern Dragon and Yes Kiwis Can Fly hates men, and Infern Dragon hates women as a general rule. But for some reason, is more or less okay with Yes Kiwis Can Fly. Infern Dragon is also a woman, I hasten to add. Yeah, you just hate women. You know what? I don't know why. Yeah, like I said, the whole thing about hating an entire group of people based on some sort of genetic quality, not big into that. But, you know, whatever. Silas doesn't like you, because, god damn. Women. But somehow they're the only one you don't like. Every other woman is like, well, they are a woman, but I guess they're an okay sort. I think most people wouldn't speak up against Kagasushi because it'd be like, yeah, she is a woman, but she does kill people really well, and she seems to enjoy it far too much for it to be safe. So, you know, I'm just going to shut my mouth at this point, which is wise. But yeah, apparently only Yes Kiwis Can Fly is the only woman you don't like. Because you haven't talked to them too much. Thelandra, thank you so much for that tip. Damn it, find you on just before bed. Well, to be fair, I've only been streaming for like an hour and a half. That's basically just started for me. Speaking of Thelandra, let's have a look. Anyone else in here? Yeah, for example, you don't mind Citria because, yeah, they're a woman, but they're a vampire, and vampires are cool. Almost cool enough to make me forget they're a woman. They are also disfigured. Wow, okay. But despite that, you've had some deep talks. You've worked through your inherent biases, and you're like, actually, they're just a great person. I still don't like women as a whole, but I really like Citria for a lot of different reasons, and these vastly drown out my prejudices. Oh god, RimWorld, why? Okay, so, and they've also given an encouraging speech a while ago. So, you do not like Yes Kiwis Can Fly, but generally speaking, you're okay with everyone else. Alright. And like, you like Dorite too, because you've had 2 deep talks. They were good deep talks. You talked through your problems. Well done. But let's continue. No one needs to move there. At least not that I can see. No. Thelandra. I mean, I could move some more people around a little bit more. I probably will. Okay, so Darkest Dodo. All right. Yeah, you didn't like Paco Bing. What about Paco Bing? The only person you don't really get on with is Darkest Dodo. Maybe Darkest Dodo could shift? Kagutsuchi doesn't like you, actually, now that I look at it. Oh, yeah, Kagutsuchi doesn't like Darkest Dodo. Why? Oh, you got... Yeah, you were insulted. You know what? Darkest Dodo, I am going to shift you then. Like, these will move around quite a lot based on things like insulted. And I'm not going to account for that because, frankly, that would drive me insane. But what I will do is I will set this up initially to try and avoid, you know, obvious problems. For example, if I had someone who was just flat out kind... Actually, yeah. You'll never have a... Well, actually, rarely insults others and will sometimes offer kind words to brighten the mood of those around her. She also never judges people by their appearance. Her agreeableness also makes her more likely to conform to prevailing opinions. I mean, maybe I could avoid putting you in the separate group, but I think we'll roll with that for now. So Paco Bing had a little bit of social issues with Dodo. Because you insulted Dodo, which was kind of a dick move, but there we are. At 9, you don't like mean Cupcake because you're a hard worker and they are not. Okay. And Xavier, you're kind of okay with everyone, more or less. Well, actually, you don't like Mean Cupcake either. Or Infern Dragon. Or Paco Bing, for that matter. You know what? Maybe I should be moving Paco Bing into the one with Infern Dragon. And Mean Cupcake. How do you feel about Infern? Generally, you don't care? Actually, yeah, I think that might be where we're going to move. Paco Bing, you and Darkest Dodo will make up over time. So I'm going to move Mean Cupcake and Paco Bing over there. I realize that there is some lack of sense in putting all of the lazy people together. I do not feel that this is going to result in them being less lazy. I suspect this may increase the amount of lazy, but nevertheless, it's what we're doing. You know what's funny? But the most transgressive thing you can do in RimWorld is make a colony of basically decent people. Interesting statement, Demoness. And good night, Valandra. You have a great sleep. Okay. I think this should avoid the worst of any social issues and try to maximize people not doing dumb stuff. Like, one of the reasons why I moved this to the end, I kind of talked about it, is this will make them wake up. But, sorry, this won't make them wake up. So I've given them 2 hours of recreation. If they're fully topped up on sleep, they'll wake up early and they'll get a little bit more time to do recreation. And if they don't need it, they'll just go and do whatever they want. And that might be working, it might not be. But this won't force them awake. But odds are, with 8 hours of sleep, most people will wake up for at least 1 hour of recreating, and recreation things are right there. So they can fall out of bed, into the dining hall, enjoy themselves, grab a bite to eat. And then some of them will go off and meditate, others will get to work or hall or whatever. Now, when I had it before, I had it like set up here, so they do a bit of recreation with the idea that if they needed more, they'd have room to do more because I had anything behind it. And then I had 1 hour of mandated sleep, knowing that as long as they go to sleep, they'll stay asleep until they're fully recharged because I had anything and that won't wake them up unless they're at 100% sleep. But the problem with that is if they only needed a tiny bit of recreation and they managed to satisfy it in that first hour, well, they might go and wander off to haul something from the other side of the map within the remaining 2 hours before they were told to go to bed. Which meant there was a lot of walking back and forth happening, and things just weren't happening particularly efficiently. This should correct some of that. Now, other things that I can do. Currently, well, honestly, I don't think it's a bad thing for them to carry these to wherever they need to be and equip someone with them. So I think I'm going to just let them do that. Or take it to the best stockpile, whatever that might be. Have we got all of that done? No. Okay, well, I'm going to speed things up. I think that should help out a bit. People are generally going to hang out together a little bit more as a consequence of this, if they like each other. Which is, you know, what I would hope. What are you up to? Reading Essentials of Disease Management. Fair enough. I would like to build a better... Honestly, I'd like to make a better infirmary, if I'm perfectly honest. Did we build the vitals monitor? I might do. I might have that now. Yes, I do. As I recall, okay, increases medical tent quality, surgery success chance, and immunity gain speed when placed directly adjacent to a hospital bed. Only works for hospital beds. Normal beds would not benefit. Attaching more than one vitals monitor to the same bed will have no effect. But, see, I swear it used to say that only one vitals monitor per bed, but does this mean that I could have one vitals monitor for several beds? Gamarad, as if sensing my question, was like, yes. Already answered it. Okay. Well, then. If I were to build one vitals monitor in here, like right there. This is a good bed. Let's shimmy a couple of these around. And I'll see if they all connect. Because if they do, that's amazing. And I think I'm going to keep it like that. Then I'll have another 3 on this side. Probably get rid of that. Actually, have I built... Hang on a second. Have I made televisions? I have. That's not ideal. But how about I put a television right there? Which of these chairs are the best? Right, you can go. You can go. And you can go. And I'm going to move these chairs around. Only the ones on the sides are going to be able to see anything. Shh, it's fine. Whatever. But I could pop a television in here as well. And I believe... Oh. No unhappy colonists. Because they've been stuck in bed for like 3 days. Nutrient paste finished. Good. Let's go for a packaged survival meal next. Interesting. I have to rethink my setup maybe. But I have so much spare resources and power at this point. I've just been sticking with 2 beds each for easy layout. I mean, it certainly makes for a nicer looking hospital, in my opinion, to have like 2 beds, a vitals monitor, and then like like if you've got royalty, I think it is, or is it ideology? I think it's royalty. Like a curtain, then 2 beds, vitals monitor, another curtain. I quite like that. Alpaca wool face mask. Very nice. Right now, though, I want to go through weapons, apparel, shield. Where are the shields? There we go. Which one's the best? here. Go equip that shield belt. And then you go and equip the other good shield belt, which is here. And then you two are going to be phalanx. Do I give you shield belts as well? I mean, you are going to be melee fighters, so it makes sense to. Yes. Go equip. More racer can equip the other one later. There we go. Right. You are set up at the very least. Next up, I would like... Let's just have a look at my kind of melee weapons. So this one, 20.11 damage. I don't think our uranium maces really make enough of a difference. That one maybe, actually, because it's only just a little bit worse. Yeah, I just don't think I've got a good enough option there. I think I'll stick with the uranium mace. Sorry, yeah, the Persona Zusama for now. It's not the best when it comes to dealing with mechs, because mechs will, like, this will override the stun on a mech. Or rather, it could make a mech immune to stun way too quickly. For not enough return, I guess you could say. Have I got grenades set to... Oh, am I not making grenades there? Apparently I'm not. Could you make sure that I've always got two? Should be fine. And it doesn't really matter what the hit points are on these. So you just make sure I've got two. Do I double check? Yeah, I do. And you know what? If utility items don't matter, then let's change that a little bit. I would like them to be normal or legendary if normal or legendary applies. Also, is my phone going off? No. That was weird. Yeah. I'll just pull that down. There we go. Right, another masterwork. Alpaca wool face mask. Right, what I would like to check is if I have a look at the burkas, I've now got 3 burkas that this considers, but I've only got 1 burka that this one considers. That works. That's perfect for me. That's exactly what I want. Some heat stroke. I'm sure you'll be okay. Are we gonna get these built? Oh! They're doing it! They're building the shuttle! Hooray! Okay, I can fill it up. Set load. Refuel from cargo. Ooh. Yeah, no, that's amazing. Not space. Well, I mean, maybe space. I don't know actually on that one. Maybe space though. Now, as for my other peeps, I would like kind of a mixture. I want my longest range peeps to have smoke pop. Or maybe turrets, actually, to distract. But I feel smoke pop is the better one for my longest range peeps. So grab that one. Also like you to grab a smoke pop if I can find one. Is there a smoke pop up there? Doesn't appear so. Let's see if I can spot one in here. Go. Oh, sure. Equip the masterwork smoke pop there. And you can also get that good smoke pop. I don't really care too much who's got what in that regard. Just make sure you got something. So you've got... you haven't got yours yet. Or have you? Yes, you have. Let's have a look through. Oh, I did tell you... oh, yeah, I'm going to have you equip a shield belt in a little bit. Pack being 9. Kind of want you to have 5 foam packs. Head crab. Kind of want you to have a turret. In fact, Infern, have a turret as well. Escues can fly, have a turret. Leafy, you can't. Have we got any more turrets? Should do. Yep, turret over there. Equip the turret. Darkest Dodo. I sort of want you to have a shock lance. Where would I find such a thing? I should have one. There. It's like an insanity lance, but there's the shock lance. There we go. Okay. I feel at that point, everyone's got some good utility gears. I can equip differently as the need arises. You don't have anything yet. That's fine. You got good... Oh, okay. Yeah. You're kind of long range, so I want you to have smoke pop. Turret. Shock lance. Turret. Shield. Turret. Smoke pop. Shield. Yeah. Only the 2 death resting sanguophages don't have a utility item right now. But I think that should be pretty good for them moving forward. Again, a little bit of research now, which is very nice, from our undead duck. And we're getting the cooler set up as well. That should be fine. Wait, did you just... Oh, no. Did you just get rid of a normal quality? Oh, I think you probably did. I fear that we just got rid of something like a devil strand that was just normal. No, it must have been... No. It would have been lower than normal. Because that only allows for destroying things that are lower than normal. Never mind. Have I gotten rid of all of the steel? Does in fact look like I have. Nice. In that case, I absolutely don't need that to be there then. Smelt apparel can go away. Right. Quite a lot of peeps are sleeping, but now there's stuff happening when some people are asleep, which is quite nice. Oh, hang on. Infern. Are you on a different schedule than your partner? You are... That's not okay. Salis doesn't get on with Kakatsuchi or Yasuki, who can fly. Alright. Yasuki, who can fly is there. Kakatsuchi, though, is here, and I think it's more important that the couples get time together than not. So just don't start trouble with yes, kiwis can fly, or I will separate you two. I don't mean yes, kiwis can fly. And I mean, that will also be a side effect. But I will separate you from your partner. Don't test me on this, Silas. Though if you do decide to test me, please don't have a berserker rage, because you could probably kill half the colony. Please and thank you. Oh, wow. Got through that quickly. Right, I would like you to start looking into psychite refining, please. Right, food-wise, how are we doing? We've got loads of potatoes just around the corner, but we could do with a little bit of extra food right now. Unfortunately, we've got so many wild boars on the map that getting them is going to be a tricky one. Could go and take care of 2 megasloths, though. Both in the same place? No. Alright. I think the boar is no longer mad, so I could let people outside now, so. Go ahead. You're going for the megasloth. Fantastic. You're doing it from a very great distance. It's okay. You finish them off. You got this. There we are. Perfect. So that's 1 megasloth down. Paco Bing and 9 heading out in this direction, either for the turkeys. No, I don't think. Oh no, Kakatsuchi is going for the megasloth. Maybe. Oh wow, poor Paco Bing, getting in trouble because of Kakatsuchi shooting the megasloth. Rude, really. You can finish the job? It's a lot slower than Paco Bing now. I will draft you in a second. Okay, come down here. I could just do like blinding pulse. Okay, you're good. Well, that takes care of a lot of meat. Another thing I can do in here actually is, okay, this one I'm going to unlink. I'm going to tell this one in particular, this small shelf here, clear this and you can store the hay. This one though, I'm going to remove and I'm going to say you are allowed to hold meat at or meat or leathers, because it'll generally be well, no, it would be leathers, you'll get that, but at a low priority. And I'm gonna clear all on that side. I'm gonna grab this one, link these two together. Group 6. Can I rename the group? Yes, I can. Butcher output. And now I'm going to say, whatever you do, groups, butcher output. Just pop it in there. Whatever you produce, throw it into the butcher table. I guess I'll change that one as well to account for it. Okay, let me update these to allow for kibble too. Because I've got them at a very low priority, the consequence of that is that if something gets put in here, it'll effectively be immediately designated to be hauled to a better stockpile, because there will generally be better stockpiles for its contents that are a higher priority no matter what. Yeah, that should work. Okay. I'm already seeing some peeps walking around with some very nice looking Devil Strand items. big old harvest about to come in. I think I might change the... Yeah, I'm going to change this one over to Devil's Strand as well. I'll probably want to change a couple of other things too. In fact, at this point, I'm going to say get rid of that. Go ahead and replace all of these. Now that one should be protected. But these two can now be chopped. There's a little thing you can do with Harbinger trees that's actually quite... Oh, it's not funny, but it's very fun. Like, I think it's a clever thing to do, at the very least. And that is to set up the Harbinger trees near your kill box. Because you can effectively, through pruning, cause them to wander. So, for example, I'm going to cause them to wander this way by pruning these two. Though it could just respawn here. But you could take this one away, and then it's going to be much more likely that one is going to spawn around there. But gradually cause them to walk to wherever you've got your main killing area. Oh, poor wild boar. Poor wild boar. You're going to have to be fed to the Harbinger tree. So that way, like, for example, if I had Harbinger trees around here and here, whenever someone died in there, there's a... Like, if you allow through a door or something like that, like, you just maybe have a little grove of Harbinger trees in here, and they can reach through the floor to eat corpses. Like, this zone simply tells my colonists to bring corpses here. But if there are corpses around them, zoned or not, they will try to eat them. So if you had a little grove of, like, Harbinger trees just tucked away, whenever a big raid had happened, they'll just instantly start eating the bodies to clean up for you. Quite effective. Quite effective. But at this point, my mechs and such can head out now and bring things in, so hopefully we'll start seeing some hauling happening. Thank you very much. Let's drop those down too. A little bit of extra wood. Bioferrite. Don't leave the twisted meat there, though. Come, okay. Will you? No, you'll never do hauling, will you? Is anyone nearby? Because the trees are eating the meat. God damn hungry trees. All right. Go grab my meat. Oh, wait. Go grab the meat that's on... Oh, God. Anyway, moving on. Thank you, Randy. Distract chat. Silas, could you haul the twisted meat? There we go. Yeah, as you can see. Well, it's not going to be perfect because things are going to be moving around all the time, but if you set up a more a larger area stockpile, like, you can get a lot of stuff just shoved into these quite quickly. It makes for a much more efficient setup, in my opinion. There we go. We should see them haul those items out of there as well. Though I think they may give priority to things that are just on the ground, which is fair. Oh, Leafy Pew, you're up. Great. I want you... Oh, what was I going to give you? I think I gave all the medium ranged fighters got a turret pack, didn't they? I don't see them there. There we go. Go and equip that, and you're going to grab a shield. You go and equip that. All right, not bad. Is this fueled up? It is. Okay, so what I would like to do is I would like to set you... I can name the passenger shuttle. Oh, do we want to name the shuttle? But I can load it with chem fuel. That is so cool. Okay, so I can potentially give it a much longer range. Maximum is 500 kilograms, which, considering people on there as well, isn't going to give me a lot, but still not bad, considering I tend not to send out enormous groups of people. Quite a lot of people are getting well equipped now, I think. So that's looking good. Psychite refining is already done. Start looking into go juice production, please. Right, we're gonna have a stupendous amount of. Wow, are you really that bored? You have to be very bored to be doing this. Oof. Should I tell you instead to help out with research? No, not really. Huh, I guess there's just nothing to do in the kitchen. Oh, okay, fair enough. I'm all right with that. What I will do then, should I give, like, because they'll haul and clean as a last priority? But maybe instead, if they've got nothing better to do, actually, there we go. Everyone can haul it as tertiary priority. So I don't have someone like Leafy Pew trying to harvest, because there's plenty to do. It's just, I'd much prefer you to be doing this instead. Yeah, that's going to help a lot better. Could you be drafted and move there? Thank you. There we are. Right, that should now be moved. We've been waiting that long just to get that shifted. Okay, let's have a look at your gear. That is the Devil Strand Burka. Very, very nice. Alright, chat, it's looking like it's tea break time. So I am indeed thinking that we're going to go on tea break. We'll allow the colonists to get a little bit more stuff done. But when we return, distress signal time. Frantic Voice begged for immediate assistance defending against a threat and offered everything at their camp, including recently discovered shards of Arc technology, to whomever is willing to come and help. As the speaker tried to explain the nature of the threat, the signal went dead. 30 goodwill with the Gabrimba people. We're actually in a fairly good state with them. 30 would take us quite high. If you paint it red, will it go faster? Can you? Can you paint things? Don't lie to me. I can paint floors. You lie. I can paint building. Can I paint? Hang on. Am I painting this or am I painting the floor? I can paint it red. Well, obviously, I'm going to paint it purple so that no one can see it coming. Duh. I mean, that's just such a no-brainer. All right, okay. I'm going to go on a quick tea break. I'll drop a save here and let this play at slow speed. But when we return, probably going to go and do a bit of a mission with our brand new shuttle. I'm sorry, I don't know. Oh, you can paint it? Nice. Yes, very nice indeed. It's still distress signal, so I'm just going to overwrite that one. There we go. All right. Okay, so. Oh, let me go at 1 speed. Also, before I go, let me just adjust that up to 23. This one to 23. There we go. That should keep the base somewhat cooler. I mean, this central corridor is always a little bit warm. But as long as the bedrooms aren't terribly hot, then I should be okay. They're having to go through so many different rooms in order to do that it is causing some issue, unfortunately, but we'll have to revisit that. Anyway, I shall be back in a couple of minutes. Prepare yourselves for a distress signal. Well, it's not really a rescue. We're going to rescue people in distress because we're the good guys. Remember.